Morby Method, a way to buy property without paying any money. Yes, you can buy any property and pay $0. You can even get paid to buy property. What? Morby Method is a creative financing strategy created by Pace Morby, or maybe at least popularized. I'm sure other people have done it in the past. Just like how Subject to is a strategy, or seller finance is a strategy, maybe even novations, Morby Method is a convoluted mix of different strategies to make it so you can buy property with no money down. And Pace Morby has tons of videos on Morby Method. Right here, look at this. But my goal is to quickly summarize all of these videos into this quick, short video that I'm making for you right now. I'm gonna break down Morby Method in a way that anybody can understand. And even if you're not interested in investing in deals using Morby Method, like you could potentially buy this random apartment building that I pulled up, you could potentially buy it for no money down, you still wanna watch this video. Why? Because you can also wholesale Morby Method deals. Yeah, you could be getting paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to negotiate good Morby Method terms and then find a buyer. Like literally right now, I'm in the process of negotiating a $15 million RV park with Morby Method. I don't want to make $5, $7, $10,000 assignment fees in residential. I'd rather work really hard, spend the time, and negotiate big deals, multifamily deals, deals with seller financing and Morby Method. I'm focused on the long-term game right now, and if you want to learn how to do this too, you should absolutely subscribe to this channel. I put a lot of videos out on this topic, and you should also join my free Discord link down below. We teach people how to underwrite and negotiate multifamily deals. But anyways, back to Morby Method. How could you possibly buy this building? Or I don't know, this building. Yeah, usually this is in commercial. It's usually in commercial, but you can also do it in residential, but you don't see it as often with no money down. Well, lucky for you, I'm literally gonna draw it all out for you. But the first thing I'm gonna say is this: warning. Morby Method is not a beginner strategy. If you're looking to invest in Morby Method and you haven't been in real estate for at least a decade, I wouldn't do it. Even me, I've been in real estate for a while. I understand creative finance well. I am scared to do a Morby Method deal. I'm not even thinking about doing one. Why? It's extremely risky. We will get into this in a minute, but your loan to value, you are over leveraged to the T on Morby Method deals. You could be having 100, 110, 120% leverage. It's extremely risky. So that's why I just like to negotiate these deals for clients. I personally, not now in my life, do I want to be buying these deals. Everybody has a different risk tolerance. I'm more on the conservative side. The second thing, is it illegal? What, is Morby Method illegal? Well, if done improperly, yeah, it can be illegal. It can be mortgage fraud. I'm gonna make a whole nother video on if Morby Method is illegal in the future. But just know that there are some people out there who are committing mortgage fraud when they're doing Morby Method. And that's not cool. If you're gonna be investing in Morby Method, I mean, come on, play by the rules, everybody. I do not condone any illegal activity on this channel. I gotta say it, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not an attorney. If you're even thinking about investing in Morby Method, please seek an attorney. This video is for educational purposes only. But at the end of this video, I'm gonna give you a quick explanation on how it's risky. I'll get into details, and I'll also get into details on how it can be illegal. But to understand that, we first need to understand what the heck is Morby Method. Okay, I'm gonna stop wasting your time. You wanna buy this property. It's $1.225 million. Let's say we call the seller. Hey seller, wow, that 24 unit apartment building is absolutely stunning. I love the red doors, but between us, it's overpriced. You know, I think it's closer to $900,000 cash. Would you take that? No, I can't take $900,000 cash. I need 1.225 million. Okay, yeah, that sounds great. Would you be open to seller financing? Yeah. What are the terms? You know, the cap rate's not great on this deal, so I need a good cash on cash return. So I'm thinking 10% down, 5% interest for 30 years. What do you think about that, seller? I need 50% down. 50% down? I can't bring $600,000 to the table, seller. That is where Morby Method comes in. It's when you have a property where you're doing seller finance, the seller's open to seller financing, but they want a big down payment. Okay, that is the most important thing when it comes to Morby Method, everybody. If you walk away learning nothing in this video, just please know this. There is a property. They are open to doing seller financing, But there's a problem. They want a big down payment. What is considered a big down payment? I would say anything in the range of 30 to 70% down for the most part works for Morby Method. If you find a deal where the seller only wants 5% down, 10% down, 20% down, well, then you just do seller financing. Okay, maybe you're a little bit confused. Max, what's this seller financing thing? Okay, I have a ton of videos on seller financing. Please check out my channel. But more or less, it's just saying, hey, seller, will you be the bank and I'll pay you every single month with interest? You want $1.2 million for your property? I'll give you $200,000 now, and the other $1 million, let me pay over 20 years with interest, and at the end of the 20 years you'll actually receive $1.5 million. It's just in monthly payments. Seller financing is a beautiful thing. It helps me and other people get into properties without a lot of cash, but it also helps the sellers sell properties that they wouldn't usually be able to sell for full price with cash, and it also helps them get more money over time and lower their taxes. Seller financing is incredible, but when you come across a property where the seller is open to seller financing, they have to be motivated. Morby Method sellers have to be motivated. Remember that. But they want a big down payment. They want 30, 40, 50, 60, 70% down. Start thinking Morby Method. And all Morby Method is, guys, all Morby Method is seller financing plus you get another loan. And this loan, all it is, guys, it's so simple. Morby Method's simple, right, Max? It gets a little complicated. But all this loan is, see this beautiful arrow I drew? All this loan is a loan you use to pay the down payment, right? The down payment's too expensive, so all we're doing, we're just gonna get a loan to pay the down payment. So let's say we have a $1 million house. The seller, let's just say they want $500,000 down payment. They want 50% down. I said house, but hey, it's usually multifamily. It's usually RV parks. It's usually mobile home parks or storage units or even businesses. You can Morby Method a business, Morby Method a car wash, Morby Method a laundromat. Morby Method everything, guys. And the other 500,000, the seller's willing to finance us. He says, "Yeah, pay me this 500,000 over 10 years, and I don't know, I want 4% interest, right?" Okay, good deal. But what if you don't have the $500,000 cash to bring to the table? Well, all you do is you get a loan for $500,000. You just go get a loan for $500,000 to pay off the seller's down payment, and now you have two loans on a property. You have two loans. You have two loans. You have the seller financing loan, and you have the new loan you got. That's all Morby Method is. It's two loans on a property. It's a seller financing loan and it's a third party loan. And this third party loan can take many different shapes. Most commonly, you use something called a DSCR loan. Imagine a DSCR loan like a mortgage, but instead of them qualifying you, the buyer, they're more qualifying your deal. Hey, you got a really good deal. I'm going to lend you money on the deal. Max, you're a criminal convict and you have bad credit and you're ugly. That's okay. You have a great deal. Okay, it's you mean obviously if you have a bad record they're not going to lend to you, but they're mostly focused on your deal. DSCR loans are a pretty new thing in the past few years. So oftentimes you'll want to purchase a property. Let's say it's a 1 million, 2 million, $3 million property, but the seller wants 30, 40, 50, 60, 70% down. You're like, I can do that, but I'm gonna have to get a loan to pay off your down payment. You, the seller, are gonna get that cash. The loan I get is gonna pay off your down payment, but then the rest we're gonna finance. And I'm gonna have two loans on the property. I'm gonna have your seller financing loan and maybe my DSCR loan. Or people use private money lenders. Or you can syndicate capital and raise money. I mean, there's so many different types of loans, but most commonly DSCR. And that's where the illegal activity starts to come into play, but we'll get into that in a second. Is this all making sense? It's pretty simple, but what gets complex is how you actually set this up. There are many ways to go about doing a Morby Method, and attorneys advise it some ways and lenders advise it another way. I'm just going to give you a rundown of the different ways real quickly. Luckily for you, I created this really nice graphic that only took me like 5 hours. Let's say you're trying to buy a property, a $1 million property, and the seller needs a 50% down payment, but the buyer also needs an extra $200,000 for repairs. Yes, Morby Method comes so in clutch here because you don't just need to get a loan for the down payment, you can also get a little bit of extra money to pay repairs, to pay assignment fees, to pay closing costs. So in this situation, the buyer is buying $1 million property but needs $700,000. $500,000 for the down payment, but $200,000 for repairs. So this is one way to do Morby Method. You're doing like a form of a double close. close. Now, I don't want to get too into weeds because, again, please speak with an attorney, guys. Like, I'm just giving you the general idea of how it works so that you understand it, but I am not telling you to please go do it. I'm just trying to teach you how to understand how Morby Method works. So, this person is getting a DSCR loan for 70% loan to value. They're going to get a 70% loan to value. So, the bank, the lender, whoever this is saying, hey, the property is worth 1 million. That's the value of the property. It could be worth 1.2 million, right? So then you can get a bigger percentage. You can usually go up to 80% here, guys. You can usually go up to 80%. Can't go over that. So they say, hey, we're going to get a loan for 70% of the value, so $700,000. The lender will lend you that. And the terms are usually a little bit higher than a mortgage, and you can get 30-year loans. They're actually really good terms. DSCR loans have phenomenal terms. And then that money goes into escrow. It sits with a neutral third party. But you still need $300,000 to close the deal, right? The seller is asking for $1 million. So where's that other $300,000 coming from? Well, you should be seller financing it, right? Yes, but that's actually in the second transaction. I know it's starting to get confusing now, right? So one way to do Morby Method, and remember guys, I told you there are many ways to do it, is you actually involve a transactional lender. This person is literally going to come in for one day and just loan that extra money. They're going to loan like $300,000, then you're going to close escrow, then you're going to open up a second transaction where you do the seller financing, and everybody will end up getting their money. So in this situation, the seller will get his $500,000 down payment, and then they will seller finance the other $500,000, and the buyer is going to get an extra $200,000 for rehab. So in this situation, the buyer bought $1 million property, put $0 down, and actually got $200,000 back to do rehab. So he like got paid $200,000 to buy a property. That's insane. Where's this money coming from? Is it coming out of the sky? It has to come from somewhere. That's the issue. Remember how we said it was risky? Well, it's risky because in that situation, guys, hear me out here. The loan to value is 120%. There is 120% debt on this property. There's more debt than the property is worth. When you go buy a house, the bank will lend you 80%. And you usually need to put down 20%. So the loan to value is 80%. There's 80% debt. When you get an FHA loan, right, the loan to value is closer to like 95%. But with Morby Method, guys, the loan to value can be 100% plus. So your property needs to appreciate just to break even. Just to break even, you need your property to appreciate. And God forbid the price of your property goes down, you're in so much black, deep, ugly water, like dark water, like not pretty Fiji water. You're in gross sewer water. You make one mistake and you are BK. You are bankrupt. And I'm not talking Burger King, I'm talking bankruptcy. So again, this is a very risky strategy. And please don't watch this video and be like, I'm gonna go do a Morby Method deal. No. Understand how to do this. If you have people looking for these types of deals and they are expert real estate investors, like Pace Morby level real estate investors, and they have the funds to support a deal going bad, okay, then go and search for these deals for them. But guys, seriously, be careful about investing in Morby Method. Everyone makes you sound like it's such a magic way to create infinite wealth. It's a glitch. It's a glitch in the matrix. But guys, seriously, it's an awesome strategy, but it comes with a lot of risks. Now, again, we talked about many ways of doing Morby Method. This is one way. This is using a transactional lender in a form of like a double close. But oftentimes, DSCR lenders, these people do not want someone in second position. Wait, what did I just say? Herein lies another huge part of Morby Method. Remember I said like the most important thing is they have to be open to seller financing and the seller wants a big down payment. There's one more critical part, everyone. Second position. God, this is an expert level video. I'm teaching you guys a 4-year university course in like 20 minutes. You're welcome. So subscribe and please share this video. Guys, I'm on the path to 2,000 subscribers and I can't do it if you guys don't share my content. So can I just challenge you to do one thing? This video, take that little arrow thing that says share and just send it to somebody. Post it on your Facebook. Please help me out. I beg you, just please help me out. I want to hit 2,000 subscribers. Let's go. All right, when you get a loan, you have first position, second position, third position, and so on. When you get a loan from the bank is always in first position. And then let's say you need to do rehab and a contractor puts a lien on your property. That's going to be in second position. Then let's say you put solar panels on your house. That's going to be in third position. What that means is when you sell your house or when you refinance, the person in first gets paid first. The person in second gets paid second. The person in third gets paid third. There's a lot more we can talk about, but that's for another video. But just know that the bank, and oftentimes a DSCR lender is the bank does not like having someone in second position. They are in first. The bank is in first. These guys are big dog. They are in first. But sometimes they don't even like having someone in second. But in order for Morby Method to work, you have to tell the seller, this is step one, hey seller, if I'm able to bring you that big down payment, if I'm able to bring you that $500,000, $600,000, $700,000 you want, would you be open to seller financing in second position? Now, some of them right there are going to say no, they want to be like the bank. They want to be in first position just in case something happens, they are more secured. But oftentimes, if you're able to bring them a big down payment, they'll be like, yeah, I trust you. I already got a lot of money up front, so I can finance in second position. That's step one. That's the first thing you guys got to do. But there's a whole nother step if you're actually closing these deals, is that some of these banks don't want to be having someone in second position because somebody in second position can actually foreclose the deal and cause the first person to have to call the loan due. What the heck did I just say? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, for another video. But just know that sometimes banks don't even want to have the seller in second position. So that's why sometimes doing this can be considered mortgage fraud, because DSCR lenders on a lot of their loan documents, not all but most, state that, hey, don't put someone in second position. We don't want that. But some of these jerk investors out there, guys, you won't believe this, they still go ahead and put someone in second position. They still do all this and don't tell the DSCR lenders. So they're technically going against the documents that they signed. They know they can't be doing that, but they feel like they're never going to get catched. And honestly, they pretty much never do. So they're committing mortgage fraud, but they're usually getting away with it. I don't advise you do that. I don't advise you tell people to do that. So don't do it. If you do it, that's your prerogative, but please don't do it. It's illegal. Is it a huge deal? Well, hey, the banks don't want you to do it and people are still doing it anyways. So if you are investing, you know someone investing, that's what you need to be looking out for, is these DSCR lenders don't want to have someone seller financing in second position. Some are okay with it, guys. So a much better way to go ahead with this strategy is to build a good relationship with the DSCR lender that you have a proven track record with. If you plan on doing this in the future, if you know someone doing this, and be like, hey, DSCR lender, be upfront, be honest. I plan on getting seller financing in second position. Is that okay with you? Ask. If they say yes, perfect. There's other strategies, and we can talk about all these other strategies in different videos where some people will actually do the seller financing first and then refinance with the DSCR loan and be like, hey, DSCR lender, I have this guy in second position who's willing to do second position on a seller financing. Can we refinance the DSCR loan in first position? Are you okay with that? Much better strategy. You're being transparent. But where the bad stuff starts to happen is when people are not being transparent. And you need to be transparent in this business, guys. We don't want a bad reputation as wholesalers and investors in the creative world. And there's one more strategy I just want to quickly talk about. And instead of doing this double close thing, some people are actually, and you may have heard Pace doing this, they create a company. And in the LLC documents, they say, hey, seller, you deserve this much money. And they're pretty much putting the seller financing into the LLC documents. So there's no actual lien on the property. There's no one in second position, but they're doing it through an LLC. Again, I don't advise you do any of this. I'm just telling you what people do. Does any of this matter to you as a wholesaler? I mean, I don't know. I find it interesting. I like to know what I'm getting myself into. But what you need to know as a wholesaler is these main things. You ready? I'm going to summarize what you need to know as a wholesaler. I mean, even an investor. If you want to get started making money in Morby. Step one, you see if somebody's interested in seller financing. If yes, if you get a big check, then check if they want a big down payment. If they want a big down payment, then you think Morby Method. If they want a small down payment, then you think seller financing. So let's say check, they want a big down payment. Hey, step three, if I'm able to bring you that big down payment, are you willing to lend in second position? Are you willing to do the seller financing in second position? I can't write right now, bro. It's been a long video. Second position. If check, you have a good potential Morby Method deal. And now the next thing you need to do is underwrite it. You need to underwrite it. You need to learn how to calculate a Morby Method deal. Now, it's almost like calculating a seller financing deal, but you have two different loans and you may have transactional lenders and you may have all this extra stuff. So how do you do that? Well, I'm going to show you that in another video. Comment below if you want me to teach you how to underwrite a Morby Method deal, because these types of deals, you can get paid hundreds, and hundreds of thousands of dollars in assignment fees. You can structure a good Morby Method deal on a multifamily and RV park. You can make a lot of money. So that's it, everyone. That's your 101 course on Morby Method. I showed you what Morby Method is, what to look for to structure a Morby Method deal, how you structure Morby Method and the many ways you structure it, and why it's considered risky and why it can be illegal if you are not transparent and you break the law. So be transparent, don't do super risky things, and work with someone that you can trust. Work with me or work with another great person in the community and try to find these deals. In another video, I'll talk more about the legality of Morby Method, and I'm also going to teach you how to underwrite it. I think you guys need to know how to underwrite it so you can start making some money. I love you all. Subscribe, like this video, share it, just share it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, everyone.